Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR PK Freeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Cross Series Racing League. Here for our first leg here in the Asphalt Oval NASCAR 1987s, presented by Nexus Fabrication. We're here for round 2 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Dave Whitehouse with Dennis Branch in the production booth, and you're here live watching Apex Racing TV. Dave, round 1 at Rockingham was a little bit chaotic at times, but we're here at North Wilkesboro, a much tighter track now. And, you know, I'm expecting this to get a little bit very spicy because Rockingham a little bit wide open there. North Wilkesboro a lot tighter, a lot more close combat. The elbows are definitely going to be out, and I can tell you it's going to be a battle, a battle of the elbows today.
Yeah, with this much tighter oval, as you can already see with the times won't be as close because you need a bit more of a technique with the tighter ovals. But also, the drivers have had a bit of a talking to compared to that first round, so hopefully we'll be able to clean it up just that little bit and we'll have a great race. Maybe not so caution-filled, shall we say.
Yeah, caution field was the word for Rockingham. I was a part of that race out on track, and there was more caution laps than green flag laps going on over there. So, yeah, but that is the last time that we will be talking about that, as everybody is going on in qualifying right now. As Alex Anderson takes a lap, and I believe we did have a shot of Adam Thompson a little bit, but he's come off the track right there. He was sporting a special livery today. We'll get another look at that as well. Cameron Peterson, winner and dominating winner of round 1, hasn't put in a valid lap yet. This is going to be his last chance. Is he going to get onto pole again or near the front? He's going to go onto the front row in second place, but provisionally, we still got 1 minute and 30 seconds left in qualifying. Currently, other car out there is Alex Anderson going for that second lap in that Ford Thunderbird. He's going to come across the line, but it's not going to be improvement, and that's going to be a wall tap. I know that you have a little bit of experience in the 87s. Have you driven a lap around here yet?
Certainly not myself. Yeah, these tricky cars to drive, tricky to hold on to as well. You know, not as much aero as, say, the next gen cars, which we see on iRacing at the moment. So it's not the easiest thing to get to grips with, but these guys seem to be doing a pretty good job, as Peterson and the 38 of Mikulik are equal at the top. So that's amazing on such a technical over. I know it's short, but so many different lines you can take. So that is amazing. Absolutely.
You know, you got to keep it very low, but to be nearly tied at the front, the top 3 within 0.03 of a second in between each other, Adam Thompson, Cameron Peterson, and the Polish plow of Paul. That's what we call him because it's on his front hood. Just being up there, these are going to be the 3 to watch here today. Then everybody else a little bit farther down, and this is going to be a entire game of tires and how much you're going to wear, how much you're going to be pushing in this car. As I believe that was our last car into the pit lane. As qualifying's over, we do have 3 drivers not going to be taking qualifying due to incidents from Rockingham round 1. But hey, pace cars out there, let's go onto the grid. And it's Paul in pole position with Cameron Peterson starting up right beside him. Adam Thompson starts in the second row, followed by Jake Hamm, Josh Clogg, and David Barnes behind him. Brendan Huron and Scott Rankin, our own one of our commentator buddies. He'll be our in-race car reporter. We might be able to talk with him at times. He'll be starting in 8th place. Tyler Brown in 9th, and Alex Anderson will be starting in 10th place. Jimmy Huat in 11th, and Jaden Darling in 12th. James Keir, I was corrected on this, will be starting in 13th, followed by Robert Schwenkler, Mike Brownie, and Mike Sorum in 16th. Kevin Irwin and Tyler Coates in 18th and 17th. Chet Durank and Trevor Anderson in 19th and 20th. And at the end of the 21 car grid is going to be James Truett in that 5 at the end. And James is going to be very, very interested to see on how this race is going to go. It's a little bit of a grid drop from round 1. Some drivers were not a fan of this track, and a lot of things were going on with a lot of people. I heard there was some race going on, but iRacing is more important than real life racing. I got to say that.
Yeah, there's something going on today. I mean,
yeah, I think it was a cricket match. I'm not sure.
I haven't heard anything about it. I mean,
yeah, slow. It's a slow news day. I just saw it.
Must be quite boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty of action here tonight in this race. Just to let you know, all Americans in this race, apart from 3, we have a Canadian, an English, British, and is Scott Australian by looks of the flag on? Yes, I wasn't sure if it was Australia or New Zealand because it's quite a small flag on my screen. But they are coming round for the start. Will they go round again?
They will go around again. We are in the short oval. It is a short oval layout, so it's 2 laps and everything. And here we are about to go. And before we go, can we take a look at the 244 of Adam Thompson? He's sporting a special livery in thanks to our broadcasting partner here at Apex Racing TV, Marco Barbanera, who is unfortunately going to be retiring at the end of this week. And, you know, Marco's very special in all of our hearts. And Adam's showing his love for him right there. And I thought that was really cool. And thank you, Marco. We'll miss you. And we're going to put on the best show for you right now. Pace car pulling off right now. And it's time to go green, green, green here at North Wilkesboro for the Cross Series Racing League. Round 2 of the asphalt. Oh, Cameron Peterson trying to hold it around to the outside. Use that bacon to his advantage in that lower portion of the oval. Peterson getting out to the wall right there as the Polish plow down to the inside, but Peterson still holding that outside line to his advantage. Polish plow getting down to the inside once more. Thompson down to the inside as well. He clears Jake Hamm in 3rd place right there. Jake Hamm on the back of the Vipers machine, almost getting into the back of him now as everyone's starting to line up even more. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in a row before everyone's starting to bunch up some more. A little bit of looks throughout the field right there, but that outside line, you're really going to have to get a great run and then switch back down to the inside and get a little bit aggressive right now. But everybody is taking their time with this one.
Yeah, it's certainly keeping it clean on this opening lap, and we've got no real gaps forming.
Oh, we got a car sideways.
Oh.
That was a 13 getting into the back of it, and oh, 2 cars spun around, and that's our first yellow flag. That was Tyler Brown getting pushed out by the 13 of Jaden Darling. He regained control of his car, and unfortunately, when he regained it, it was right in the path of everyone else. And he just got turned. Also, I believe Kevin Irwin went around on his own. He might have got onto the brakes to avoid that. Let's get a replay of that right now. There's the 13. Jaded, yeah, too hot into that corner. Got into the side of the 429. 429 kept it safe. Then the 88 got into him. And, yeah, the 7 of Kevin was just on his own.
Yeah, it was a great save there by Brown, but just literally nowhere the 88 of James Kerr could go, and it's one of them things. But what a save that was to save that coming out, going into a wall in the first place.
Yeah, very, very great initial save, and you know, 5 laps of racing are down. We do have a timer on this race, so I believe there's a lap counter, but for me, I got a timer. Do we got a lap counter, or is it going to be by time today?
We will soon find out from Dennis in the production.
You know what? You want to bring Scott in here? First caution?
Sorry, is the 48 actually pushing the safety car around?
Safety car is not physical, but Cameron Peterson wants his safety car to go a bit faster, you know. Tires work at a certain temperature, and you know, sometimes people are just not happy with the safety car speeds, but hey, here on iRacing, our pace car goes 1 speed and 1 speed only, and you can't tell it to go faster, can't tell it to go slower, but you can tell it to go into the pits 1 lap earlier, and, you know, that would certainly clear a few things up. Cars that went into the pit lane, it was just one. It was Tyler Coates, the 407, actually went into the pit lane. Trevor Anderson and James Truitt did not even take the start of this, so I believe we're at 1 lap to go right now. Yep, lights are off the pace car, and everyone's getting ready. And it looks like the Ford Mustang is flanked by the Ford Thunderbird and a Chevy. Oh crud! I'm going to get murdered for this. Oh no!
You've lost me. One thing I can say is that safety cars are never controversial. So
never. Monte Carlo.
Yeah. No, safety cars are never controversial, so it will pull in the pits and get out the way of the 48 and the 38 who are on the front row and they're away and green
what
again.
A start by Paul around the outside. Now this is where Cameron was. He was around the outside at the start, able to get that preferred line and a great run heading into turn 2, but it looks like Paul's might have hit the wall right there. Also, the fight in that second row for 3rd place is going hot as well. Josh Hamm getting crossed over there by Adam Thompson. Hamm's into the wall. Just a little love tap right there. Looking down to the inside. That's Josh Clogg. sending it down there on JK. Hamm leaving a little bit of space down to the inside. We got a car around. That's the one he shoots around. And that is, oh, we got tapped. We got another car around. That's a 69 machine around of Mike Sorum. And our second caution is out. And I think we all know where this is going.
Yes, I think there was a helping hand with that one.
Yeah,
with
cautions breed caution babies. And, well, that one was certainly an entire case of everyone getting very aggressive. Now, 6'9", he slowed up. The 4 got into him. Mike Browning just got him right in the back and tagged him. 6'9", Mike was just lifted for that incident, trying to play it safe, and still gets tagged. But second caution of the night. Let's bring Scott in here and see how everyone is doing. Scott, this is Austin in the booth. Do you read me loud and clear?
Yeah, I do, Austin. What a time to come up to the booth, eh?
Yeah, what a time. You know, only a few laps under the belt onto the track right now, but how are you feeling out there? How's everyone around you? Is it a little bit too aggressively right now, or is it just everyone's just trying to get into the groove of things?
I honestly believe everyone's trying to get into the groove of things. It is actually a very, very tricky combination, the 87s and this circuit. So as we'll try and get back out of the pits here and stay on the lead lap. Yeah, we made it. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, look, I mean, it is an incredibly difficult combination, and short track racing is just... in these things, they don't want to turn, they just want to plow, they really don't want to get in there nicely. Unfortunately, the biggest issue for me is I've just had a set of pedals fail on me, so I'm actually on an older set of pedals, and I'm still adjusting to them and trying to race this circuit at the same time, so I'm missing braking markers. It's not clean. It's pretty much just one guy makes a mistake, it backs the guy up behind him, backs the guy up behind him, it backs the guy up behind him, and it sets to the right throughout the field. I think that's just the way it's going to continue for the night.
Well, Scott, glad to see you're still on the lead lap. Sorry to see that the start of this race didn't go your way. The pace car just got its lights off, and we'll leave you be, and we'll leave you with a bit of good luck before the restart.
Oh, God, I've been given Austin's luck? Oh, I'm dead.
And I'm moving him out of there.
I was just about to say, actually, both cars did make it out on the lead lap, so there's nobody a lap down in the race. All 19 cars still running.
Yeah, that took the start. Nobody is a lap down currently. And it didn't look like he got that lot of damage. Well, Cameron Peterson and Paul in that front row. Paul, once again, getting a great start. It's actually kind of a staggered start right there. Paul really sniped that start from Cameron Peterson. Cameron Peterson really sending in there, getting up the track just a little bit. And he's actually cleared Paul at the exit right there as they're two side by side down in the field. The 67 looking down on David Barnes. Josh Klog up there as well, the 78. David getting all the way out to the wall. He's got 13 of Jaden Darling right behind him. Jaden trying to get down to the inside. He's trying to look for the inside. Oh, watch out. Big crash in the background. We got two cars around. Let's get it. That's a 407. And Robert Schwenkler in that 235 machine out. And that is our third caution.
Yeah, as you said before, cautions breed cautions, but I didn't think they were going to be this quick the way they're going. But it is the way this kind of racing just evolves, really.
Absolutely.
At some point, you'll get a run, and a run of a number of laps, but at the moment, it's just...
Oh, it's the 88 again. Okay, so that's the second time the 88's hit something. Now, James, the first time the 88, it was on a car that I was checking up. Robert Schwenkler is going into the mid corner. The 88 just came in there with a little bit too much heat. And, you know, pack racing, it's always key to go fast around a track, but it's always even more key to practice in a pack. Or else you're going to get small incidents like this. Schwenkler and Tyler have gone into the pit lane. Robert Schwenkler, this is Tyler's second time into the pits, by the way.
Yeah, he's back in the pits, Tyler. Maybe he just feels like he...
tires of fuel.
Tires, fuel, or maybe he's just got a bit more damage still. So we'll just
Tyler's
see if
out. Is Robert going to be out? Tyler's out of the pit lane. James Kerr has gone into the pit lane. And, oh, Robert's been lapped. No, Robert's first car lap down. And that one's unfortunate. And I feel like Robert, yeah, he's just come out of the pit lane now, so he's going to be a lap down and at the end of this grid or stuck in the middle. Yeah, there's Robert, and that one's really unfortunate.
Yeah, so unfortunate to be the lap down, but you know, this race has a long way to go yet. As we can see, that's C235 just dropping to the back by the looks of things. Got James Kerr in the pits as well, and he may have just left, so hopefully he has stayed on the lead lap. I think he should do, but these two leaders certainly maybe want to miss pace car to go a little quicker, but we don't have a choice over that.
Yeah, you know, Sid's car speed is never controversial.
No, but you know,
never.
At least we don't have wave rounds.
Oh my god. Well, I think we might do, because we actually do have wave rounds in this league with the first car being a lap down at the time of caution being waved around, but those are done automatically and not by manual. Pace cars in, back to green, and once again the Polish plow, amazing on the restart. It's actually clear Cameron Peterson going into turn 1, but Cameron Peterson had that inside line and heading into there. Now Cameron Peterson on the exit of turn 1 and 2, able to clear the Polish plow right there. Is Adam Thompson and Hamm going ham on each other. Thompson down low, Hamm stuck onto the outside, a little bit of check up by Paul up in front. Thompson had a check up right there, big check up by everybody else checking up. Oh my gosh. And 20 jerked out the track, got into the 6-7. The 6-7 actually saved it right there. A little bit of bump and running right there, but I can guarantee you people checked up right there. But Josh Klog able to start moving up through this tight pack, and that was a very wide line by Clogs, getting a great run. 67 to Anderson, getting pretty loose off the exits right there. 78 of Barnes side by side with Jimmy. Right there, we got a car drifting out to the inside into the wall. That's the 13 of Jaden Darling, and that is our 4th caution. And this is all too familiar. Too much mustard coming out of the corners. Tires matter a lot, and if you aren't nice to those tires, the tire's not going to be nice to you and give you a grill job like that.
Yeah, you can't start gunning these, especially this early in the stint when we've had so many cautions. He got into the 67 and then got on the power and just
are pitting.
Spun into the inside wall. Yes, a lot of Paul hasn't, by the looks of things.
And Brennan Baran.
Yeah,
Brennan's not pitting. Scott is not pitting. James Kerr is not pitting. Now, Scott and James, they've already been into the pits, but Paul and Brennan have not. And with everybody hopping into the pits, they're taking tires. We're just going to be seeing right sides right now for a few drivers.
Yeah, it looks like it. I think with the two drivers, no, they're going both sides. So
first one,
67 and the 37 are, but I think it's a mix because we've seen some cars already leaving the pits. And I think maybe Paul and Brennan are just thinking, well, there's going to be more cautions, so we'll just take our chances with this. But is it a wrong idea to go and top off now if you could stay on the lead lap? Of course not. And I actually thought Adam Thompson was doing a great job of just keeping a watching brief in 3rd place at the time.
Absolutely.
Staying out the trouble and holding off. I can't remember who was directly behind him.
Clog.
A Clog, yeah. Holding off Clog in the early laps and then just eking out a little bit of a gap and having a watching brief on the leading 2. Because there's no point pushing it too hard when you know these cautions are going to keep breeding.
Absolutely. And, you know, we're 24 laps into this race and 25 laps into Rockingham is when everybody went into the pits last time. During practices, we went into the pits at that time and we made it to the end. And that was under the straight green flag running. They might have done the same thing. They have an hour to go on time. And I feel like some of these drivers, if I go in now, I could get my track position and I could just slowly make up time on these fresh tires. Now, the winners off pit road right there weren't the ones going in. Mike Browning jumped up a few spots just by taking 2 tires, as well as Jake Hamm. Hamm was already up there, but he only took 2 tires and got out of there. Mike Browning, actually, no, now that I'm looking at Jake Hamm, yeah, he did take 2 tires. Mike Browning 2 tires as well. A few other 2-tire machines. Tyler Brown took 2. Tyler in that 407 took 2. And yeah, those are our only 2 tire takers as the pace light is out, and it's going to be up to Paul and Brennan, who haven't gone on to the pits right there, followed by Scott and James, who have gone, but they're on scuffed tires, and then everybody else is going to be on fresh tires. This is going to get pretty spicy if this stays green. We're going to find out. Pace car is in. It's up to the Polish plow to get these cars all rolling as we go back to green, and then an outside line once more, getting a good start. Brendan Haran not being able to clear it. We're 3 wide immediately. Look down to the inside. Hamm getting 2 cars right there. Hamm up into 3rd.
Great first couple of corners by Hamm. Oh, the 88's going up hard.
Oh, that is
just
deep.
held it off.
Cameron Peterson able to sneak under
as well. I did notice a 235 drop to the back of the field under the caution, so I don't know if he got a penalty in the pit lane, which meant that he had to drop to the back of the pack. But everybody is still running who started the race, and it is the pole. Hamm up into 2nd place now.
Oh, Peterson and
Haran.
Haran. Peterson, Haran, Cameron Peterson, and Haran still bumping and banging with each other. Just a little bit of love taps right here, but sometimes that's all it takes. The turn 1 and 2 is actually downhill right there, so you're getting the most force right there. Cameron Peterson switching on to the outside of Hamm right there. They're going side by side for the lead. Hamm gonna go for the switch pick on Polish plow right there. You see those 2 tires to his advantage. Hamm looking down to the inside of Polish plow. Cameron Peterson looking on to the outside, using all the banging to his advantage. This is going to be one giant switchback opportunity, but it's not going to be there. The 5th caution is out.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the 5th caution is out. I didn't quite see anything happen there, but somebody must have lost it near the back of the field.
Turn 3 and I think turn 3 and 4 car might have got a little bit squirrely. It's the 13 and the 42. And okay, 13. You're gonna have to buy him dinner for that.
I've got a feeling that was getting personal.
Yeah, I feel like the first bump was not intentional. Then the second bump might have been. And then the third one was, I'm finishing the job. 5th caution underway. But
I think
I feel like
information there.
I feel like dinner buying might be in order to apologize for that one.
Yeah, I wonder if a Polish Paul will jump into the pits
He's going to be losing a lot of track position if he goes into the pit lane. But he's already lost the lead. Jake Hamm was able to sneak by into the lead when that caution came out. Lucky break by Jake, but Paul not pitting. That's not a wise move, but, you know, he was able to... That was a pretty good small run that we had, but, you know, for Paul, it's up there, but I'm not sure how Paul's going to be reacting to that. Staying out, everybody's already gone into the pit lane. 57 minutes into this race. Start stopping on these tires. Not going to be wearing them out as much. I feel like he just might have to wait until everybody goes again. And, you know, they all went in on lap 24. We might be waiting towards 50. We're on lap 34 right now, so it's going to be a long 20 laps for Paul if everybody decides to keep it pretty even on these tires. And the fuel tanks are limited, by the way. So they do have to pit for fuel, but, you know, running under caution, these fuel tanks are pretty efficient already.
Yeah, what was a great start on that restart was Adam Thompson back up into 4th place. I said about him keeping his nose clean earlier, but he's managed to work his way back into 4th place and just behind Cameron Peterson. So these two have pitted. So it's going to be... They were pretty quick at the start, so Jake Hamm may be in front, but the 2 behind are certainly 2 to watch out for.
Okay, this is a 50-lap race. I just looked into the league settings. It is 50 laps. Pace car is in. And we go green, and it's a stacked up on the start. Cameron Peterson got into the back of Jake Hamm. Jake Hamm really missed the shift right there. And Adam Thompson using all the ability right there, making it 3 wide, heading into turns 1 and 2. Thompson trying to get on to the inside of Paul, but Paul's able to hold that outside line momentum and get past it. Look at those, Scott Rankin around the outside of Brendan Haran, really sending it around there. Cameron Peterson, and sideways goes Adam Thompson. Peterson getting a good run, but it's not going to be there. Scott Rankin getting a good run. The 88, big checkup right there. The 88's around, and another caution is in town. 69 in there. 78 getting pancake flipped onto his side by the 235, and another car went through the grass. I think that might have been Durank. I think that might have been 42 right there, but oh, Scott Rankin. That was a move around the outside of Brennan Haran. Just snuck into your screen and said, hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here.
Yeah, he just kept it nicely on the outside. We're going to see
78
here.
Right here.
There we go. The 20. It was the 20 of Josh Clogg that turned the 88. And that is what initially started it all.
The 42 of Chet just snuck through there. It's like, I'm not dealing with this. But Scott, I would say the biggest winner off of there. The Polish Plow has... Where is he? Oh, he's at third.
He's still there, yeah.
Yeah, he felt, I was used to him seeing on the front row, but no, he's falling back to third now. Thompson is on his outside. And, 50-lap race. We do have a time up there. That's the time until the server ends. But this is a race to lap 50. We're currently on lap 40, so this is going to be a 10-lap sprint to the finish. And, that's a little bit spicy, Meatball.
Yeah, is maybe Paul and Brennan thinking with all these cautions they can make the end of the race? Or do they
Absolutely, that's what they're betting on. James Kerr has gone into the pits. James was involved in that. 6th caution. Paul's making the big gamble of not pitting. Brendan Haran still hasn't gone into the pits. There comes James. He's going to be a lap down now. We're on lap 41. They're already lined up side by side, but the pace car's lights have not gone out yet. And we're going to be going green with about 8 laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be 8 laps to go at the end of this safety car period. And Paul is throwing a bit of a risk here with not pitting because these guys all have very fresh tyres around him. And but if he thinks he can hold it, that's fair play to him. As you say, Scott Rankin went round the outside on that opening, on that last safety car. Biggest mover so far, Mike Browning, up 8 places into 7th.
Yeah, that is a very big move right there. Mike Browning, we saw him get a little bit spicy up there. You see him in that top line. We go green. Cameron Peterson storming Jake Hamm right there on that restart. Able to swing it around the outside, heading into turns 1 and 2, and able to take the lead. Cars getting very squirrely in the back end. They know the laps are coming down. The 244 of Thompson able to get around the outside of Polish Plow. Jake Hamm all over the back bumper of Cameron Peterson in that Ford Thunderbird. As it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 notes tail each other. Scott Rankin a little bit of lockup, and then now it's a checkup lockup right there. Brendan Haran trying to hold it around the outside on those old tires from the start and that very light fuel tank of his. Scott Rankin really sending in there, locked up the brakes, and it's 67, sends it in there. Brendan Haran goes up into the wall. We are saying, no, there's the caution. 7th caution down, and on lap 45. Now, so this is going to be a green-white checkered attempt right here. But Brendan Haran and Scott Rankin really going in there. Scott Rankin locked up the brakes, and that opened up a door for the 67 to sneak into there. And, it's a thing where everyone's trying to go into one little spot, and they make contact with each other. And it gets a little silly.
Yeah, we're on our 7th caution of 45 laps, so it's not the best run so far. I mean, they started well, don't get me wrong, we got through quite a few laps at the start, but the cautions, like you say, have bred cautions, and now everybody just knows this is the stage. We can't build up the race, as we see somebody going right round.
Yeah, that was the 88 getting that was James Kerr getting his lap back right there. But these restarts have been kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I would say calm down, but we've only got 3 laps to go. You can't really, you've got to go for it. Yeah,
it's going to be green-white checkered. I'm hearing some chatter on the radio. It's not what I thought. Tyler Coates have black flags cleared. Chet Duranka was given an end-of-line penalty, but nope. No no pace car, safety car restarts in a single line. We saw that happen at Rockingham, but it's not going to be here as we're on lap 47. And oh, that was a fake. That got me right there. Jake Hamm trying to fake one in on everybody else.
Well.
The
timing screen said he had pitted.
Well, yeah, it fooled our timing screen. It fooled me. It fooled, I think, 3 people. Adam Thompson, when he saw him coming back on, he gave him all the room right there. You know, if you're listening to the race radio, there's a little bit of a chuckle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if what Jake Hamm was really doing there, to be honest.
Just trying to fake out somebody, you know. I see that happen all the time in IndyCar. It's like, oh, I'm going to go into the pits, get those fresh tires, seeing if everyone else coming in here. But, you know, it's not going to happen. And pace car is going to come across the line. Lights are going to go out. And this is our first of 2 attempts at green-white checker. There's a caution before the white flag comes out. We're going to do it again. And there's caution after that second one. That's the race. We're packing up. We're going home.
And the top 4 all nicely lined up. Polish Paul in there still looking without having stopped, but Adam Thompson alongside him.
Cameron
Peterson and Jake Hamm all on the fresher tyres, so we'll see how this restart goes.
Now, Hamm, remember, he had a bad restart last time, and he was leading the race. Green, white, checker to the Polish plow. Pushing Jake Hamm into the lead. We're trying to push him. Hamm going around to the outside. He's going Hamm right there. Thompson getting down to the inside. He clears Polish plow. Cameron Peterson leading out Jake Hamm right there. Thompson looking down to the inside. He's got a little window right there. Thompson really setting one in there. Gets sideways. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. Cameron Peterson leading out Hamm and Thompson. And we got a big crash. That's Scott Rankin getting turned around. We are staying green because it's white flag to go. Scott Rankin getting pushed all the way down. Cameron Peterson has got 2 corners to go. Hamm and Thompson in that fight for second place. It's going to be very tight between them, but it's going to be Hamm taking second place. Cameron Peterson, 2 wins in a row. Hamm in second place. Thompson finishing in third. Anderson takes 4th place, and the Polish plow taking 5th. Brendan Horan, I think, was caught up in there. Finished down to 11th. Scott Rankin. Oh, I think Scott would be the most furious about that. Heading into turn 1, just got dumped right there. But Cameron Peterson, eyes are on him.
20. It was by the 20 of Josh Clogg that Rankin got dumped by. But yeah, perfect restart by Peterson. And just unstoppable.
I believe Cameron is going to... well, he's parked up. 1, 2, and 3 are parked up right here. There's a 13 spoiling the party photo. But there is our podium. Cameron Peterson, Jake Hamm, and Adam Thompson. Jake Hamm and Adam are getting some levels. Cameron Peterson burns it down here at North Wilkesboro. Oh, that's a nice pair of 11s right there. Oh, he's getting some practice in right there. Almost making contact with Jake Hamm. But Cameron Peterson really enjoying that. He gambled for a fresh set of tires halfway through the race, and it really paid off right there. And he's smoking up those tires until they blow out. I'm going to let you read the race results as we wait for our drivers to show up in the interview room.
Yeah, it was Cameron Peterson who took the win, as you said, risking taking all 4 tires in that pit stop as well. Jake Hamm in second, a strong drive by the American. Moving through the field, Adam Thompson, who seemed to be third for most of the race, coming home in third ahead of Alex Anderson, and Polish Paul, who managed to come home in 5th without pitting. 6th for Mike Brown and Jimmy Howard in 7th, Tyler Coates in 8th, Josh Clogg in 9th, and Robert Schwinkel rounding out the top 10. Brendan Horan, another driver not to pit, he was in 11th from Mike Sorum. James Kerr, the only British driver in the field, in 13th. David Barnes, 14th. Kevin Irwin, 15th. Chet Debnek in 16th. Tyler Brown, 17th. And Scott Rankin finishing in 18th after being turned on that final lap. While Jaden Darling rounded out the finishers who actually started the race. Trevor Anderson and James Tuttett did not take the start. So here we are at North Winklesborough, and we're just waiting to see who pops up into the interview area. So, Austin, do you want to take the first interview with Cam Pedersen?
Absolutely. I absolutely. And I'm standing right here with our race winner, this two-time race winner here in the Cross Series Racing League, Cameron Peterson of Jim Beaver Esports. Cameron, well, you're getting used to that top step of the podium. How are you feeling about this?
I feel great. We've run some practice sessions here earlier in the week, including today as well, and I've been fortunate enough to be on top of the board. So, coming in here with some confidence was, the first stepping stone that I wanted to be on, and to get those starts at each of those the green flags was a big bonus for me. So, yeah, happy to come away with a win there.
Yeah, you were nailing those starts every time. It looked like the outside line was your favorite position because you were just able to carry so much speed through the corner and just getting a better run heading into 3 and 4. That the outside line looked more dominant than that inside line.
I think it looks that way because you're allowed to obviously hit that outside line as hard as you want to, because obviously if you want to hit that inside line as hard as you want to, you might end up making some contact with the outside driver. So as much momentum as I wanted to on the outside for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, and well, hey, the outside line, you pretty much tied you missed pole position by 1,000th with Paul. Now Paul didn't go into the pits. Was that going into your mind that hey, pit stops might not be valuable here because you can make it to the end of the race if this becomes a caution fest?
Yeah, I'm honestly not too experienced with the cautions. This is like, I don't know how many races I've done where you've had to pit, but it's probably in the single digits. So I haven't done many with regarding pit stops on the oval tracks. But with the qualifying lap being down 1,000th of a second, I knew where I went wrong with my qualifying lap. My first qualifying lap, I thought I did a perfect first and second corner. Coming into my third, I slid into the corner and then I just junked it. So I restarted. And then I did the exact opposite on my second try. So, and that placed me in the second position, which, being on the front row and with this group of talented drivers is something I can't complain about.
And absolutely can't complain about where you finish in the lead and on top step of podium and with a good points lead as well. Cameron, before we let you go and celebrate and get ready for the third oval after a little bit, I believe next week before we head into a break, how are you feeling about that? And before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Definitely feeling confident with the points lead. Heading into the unknown for the next 2 weeks, and then after that we hit the trucks, which I'm pretty confident with. But for the next 2 weeks, I'm pretty uncertain with what's going to happen. But with league owners, Adam, Sarah, and Ash, all the admins with Cross Series League Racing that are putting this on, for having me. Thank you. Apex Racing TV for you putting on the broadcast. I really appreciate it. Always looking forward to watching the broadcast back, and for my friends and family to watch this at home as well. To the guys in Jim Beaver Esports, winners get whiskey, fistful of bourbon, as always. General Tire, Players Razor, Next Level Racing, Vision Wheel, Chris Leona's Motorsport Drop, and everyone watching at home as well. And I want to give a shout out to the Foss family as well. They've lost someone dear to her heart, and she's going to be missed. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, congrats on the win, Cameron. You have yourself a good time, and we'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Very much. See you then.
David, I believe you are standing by with second place finisher Jake Hamm, who had that tire strategy.
Yeah, I am. Jake, a great result for you, getting up onto the podium after not qualifying him sort of on the front row or anything like that. So, how did your strategy work out in terms of did you plan it, basically?
Yeah. I've had pretty good luck running two, on pits for strategy there. And it worked out pretty good, but Cameron just had a heck of a run. I just couldn't put the pedal to the metal like he could. So it was a heck of a good race there at the end.
Yeah, we did notice a couple of times he got the jump on you with the restarts. With this, the restarts keep coming up and the cautions and all that. We saw Paul behind you not do any pit stop. Did that ever cross your mind here tonight to try and get through if there's enough cautions?
Yeah, that was the only reason why I took the chance with 2 tires. Last week, Cameron outrun me getting 4. And so I was like, man, what do I do? And then Paul not pitting. I was like, man, he's running good without, tires. And I just took the chance of being in the middle ground and kind of worked out. But one of these days I'll get Cameron.
Yeah, I mean, Cameron has certainly put in a good performance so far in this championship. We've got the 3rd oval coming up next week. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm definitely going to get some more practice in. Hopefully can get some more laps in, get some maybe a different pitting strategy or something like that to maybe get a little one up. But hopefully for another week, take the podium next week and move up on the points.
And do you have an aim for the end of the season? Because obviously we have all these different disciplines, shall we say, throughout the year. Have you got any aims for the end of the season?
No, not specifically. I guess my main thing would be beat Cameron.
That's not going to be the easiest thing to do.
No.
By the looks of things. But yeah, before we let you go, is there any for the shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, absolutely. Love to give a shout out to my main sponsor, Smart Avenue Realty and Indy Auto Sports, and then also Mike Browning for giving me an awesome paint job. As always, it was nice that it was able to get loaded this week. And thanks for, to Apex Racing for an awesome stream. And broadcasting, I love going back and watching them. And thanks for Adam Thompson for heading up the league too. He's got a hard job ahead of him.
And congratulations on your 2nd place, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, David.
That was Jake Hamm, who was 2nd in today's race. And I believe Austin is waiting with Adam Thompson, who rounded out the podium.
Yeah, Adam, you started in 3rd, but after your pit stop, you were down the pack just a little bit. But you were able to make your way up through the pit, up through the pack, and carve yourself back up onto the podium. How you feeling after that?
I'm telling you what, man, I think my pit crew had to hurry up back from the bar because I don't know what was going on because everybody else, I got in there at the right time and I thought the tires were going on at the right time. And I know Jake took 2. That's why he got out. But then I got passed by at least 2 people in the pits. So I don't know. I'm going to have to talk with my pit crew after that one. But no, I was able to claw back up. It was a really, really fun race. I want to apologize to all the viewers for all the cautions. I think that's probably what's going to happen a little bit when you get into races like this on short tracks.
Yeah, short tracks seem to get really out of hand, and it's close racing, elbows out racing in these cars. It's very easy to spin them out and also just get a little tap here or there, and it really upset the balance. As for your pit crew, I'm pretty sure not doing the drunk races the night before the main race would also help, but it's a sim, so I don't think they're really participating in that. But other than that, Adam, you're sporting a very special paint scheme today. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I am. Marco Barbanera, I just wanted to thank him for all the work that he's done. I mean, I don't really know what he's done on the Apex side, to be honest, but just in our league in general, he is so accommodating. We had some issues last season and some of the final races, and I've heard through the grapevine that Marco may no longer be with Apex here coming up pretty soon. So I just wanted to say thank you, Marco, and everybody in the league really appreciates everything you've done, and I know you're probably leaving it in good hands, man, but we're going to miss you for sure.
Yeah, we definitely are going to miss Marco, and, he's such a wonderful guy, and, this was all done as a surprise, too, and he said he was going to stop by the broadcast and watch it out. I know it's about 3 a.m., 2 a.m., very early in the morning for Marco right now, but, he usually watches the broadcast that his buds are on, and he's going to, if he's asleep right now, he's waking up to great supplies. If he's awake, he's speechless.
I hope so.
Well, Adam, next round, it is Charlotte, Legacy Charlotte. How you feeling about that before we head into that Christmas break?
Well, here's the thing, Austin. I try to take these races one at a time. I don't know how I'm feeling about Charlotte because I'm going to be totally honest with you. I haven't run probably 20 laps on the track. I would assume that the tire fall off is going to be worse probably than what we even experienced here, just because it's so much faster. These cars love to lean on the right front tire. With the fixed setup, there's not much you can do to fix that. So I think a lot of it's going to have to do with tire conservation. Obviously, you got to be fast knowing how to conserve the tires. And I only know how to do one of those things right now, and it's not the being fast part. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But I'm glad to take home a podium in one of these races. Honestly, I didn't expect it. Big shout out to Cam Peterson for trying to help me out a little bit, and all the other guys. Ashley Molyneux, who's working right now, but the other admin helped us out a lot. Scott Rankin has also helped me out quite a bit to try to get me a little quicker at these. So thanks to those guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all proud of you. And Cameron might start leaning back on the helping out, as that's another win for him. You're starting to get our championship fight in there. But hey, it's the second of 4 rounds in one discipline, and we're still in the first discipline, Adam. But thank you for a great race and a great league. Hopefully everything gets better, and you have yourself a great night, man.
Thanks, man. Give me 1 second here. I just wanted to shout out. I haven't been able to do this yet on the stream, guys. My fiance, Sarah Kiefer. Thank you so much for putting up with me doing all these things and hanging out with all my crazy friends on Discord. Now, Austin, you're one of those, but no, thanks, babe, for hanging out with us, and also shouting out my grandparents, my aunt and uncle, Mike and Teresa, watching the race. And I don't want to say they're supporting me. Mike tends to throw a bunch of jabs at me for online racing, but I don't think he can do as good as I can, so it doesn't really hurt me that bad. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and thank you, Apex, Lee, Dennis, David, Austin. Thanks, guys, for everything you guys have done.
And thank you for putting on a great show out there, Adam. You have yourself a great night. David, any closing thoughts before we head out?
Well, firstly, a great tribute to Marco Barbanir there. Marco's done a great job with Apex, and it's a shame he will be stepping to the side, but I'm sure he'll probably be back. We know what Marco's like. But in terms of racing, yes, we had a lot of cautions, but he caused some great strategy for people like Paul to not pit and things like that. So we'll head to Charlotte and see whether the racing might spread out a little bit more, maybe get some more green flag laps. But as you say, first discipline. And the final thing I've got to say is, Adam Thompson, if you've got to get help and you are thinking you're slow and you're finishing third, we need to have a discussion on that one.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us here for the second round of the Cross Series Racing League here in the first leg of the Classic NASCARs. Next week we head to Charlotte, Legacy Charlotte, for a 30-lap race. Fuel limit is just going to be a quarter of a tank, and it's going to be an absolute blast. We'll see you next time. I've been joined by David Whitehouse in the commentary booth and Dennis Branch in that wonderful production booth. And I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.